show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, whoa, hang on a minute. Chaps, look at this. It's
back.
with the band is back together. I've been thinking of doing a BG skit, fellas. What do you reckon? We get rid of all our rock stuff, and I was thinking we could do stay alive, stay alive. Go on, Ray, take it away.
Hold on, I gotta grab some.
You gotta squeeze, bro. What are you doing?
Oh, by the way, black nut. How are you, fellas? Oh, wow. It's the favourite time of the week for so many of us, including me. Yeah. David, how have you been, brother? It's so good to have you back.
I have been tired, Rokk. I have just been swamped, absolutely swamped with all this house stuff at the minute. But I'm back, and it's good to see you all in person instead of just being in chat.
I know. We've missed him. We've missed him, lads, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
We have.
Yes.
Him
Yes,
and his
yes.
little furry dog. I was gonna say head, and then I thought no, it's inappropriate. Because you've not got to the summer cut yet, David. You were telling us you have it cut twice a year.
Once a year.
Once a year.
Approaching the summer, I'll get basically all of it off, and I'll usually go for an all-round.
No, don't
Yeah.
cut all your hair off, man.
Yeah.
It'll come back to this long by time next year, Ray.
Yeah, he goes for the full-on buzz cut, Ray. He looks like Tom Cruise. You know,
I like it long and I like it short, so I just do a bit of both.
That's good. It's
bit of
good.
both.
It's good to keep your options open, I say.
That's right. That is right.
You never know. A lot of it depends on the weather. Wilhelm, Simply Pwned. How are you, my good friend?
I am doing well, Rokk. And I have
good.
I've been playing some games, sir. We were lucky enough to have Epic give us Dying Light 1 Special Edition for free. So I've been checking that out.
I forgot.
And I had an incredible backlog on Stadia, and I'm slowly picking up some of the titles I didn't complete on there. Metro
Hang
Exodus.
on. Where have you been able to get access to Stadia? How does that work?
Oh, no. My old backlog.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I picked up Metro Exodus, and it looks incredible on PC, and fun game.
Metro Exodus. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely brilliant. Ray, I've got Dorrigan right over your face because he loves you.
Yes, he does.
This did go. We're taking him down. He was like the alien face.
Yeah. I think Oregon was just giving him a kiss, really.
He
wasn't
was. No, but it was a friendly. It was a friendly kiss. You know, like the French, like they do. You know, bonjour, bonjour, Raymond. Ça va, my friend?
I don't think I've ever had a threatening kiss.
Merci.
Oh, I have. Oh, merci. Ray, how are you, my good friend?
Doing great. My best friend Kevin celebrated his 54th. I went and got Hogwarts for him. I said, what game do you want? That's the game that he picked, so I got it for him. So happy belated birthday, bro. Been playing Sons of the Forest, been playing Battlefield, been playing WWE 2K23. What else? Dying Light. And Red Dead Redemption, just some online stuff. But
Have you been getting them hackers, Ray, that William touched on last time?
We got killed yesterday by a bunch of hackers.
No,
we had a delivery of goods that we needed to get to the other side
from Amazon.
No. Delivery of goods.
2-day shipping.
That's not bad.
So in Red Dead Online, you have your wagon and you just go along and mind your business and do your delivery. But we had some hackers came in and they shot the horse.
Wow.
Shot the horses.
Wow.
And then they shot us, and they tried to,
Wow.
take our goods and stuff.
But that's what it was like in the Wild West, though, Ray.
It was.
You know, you'd be just doing an Uber delivery. You would be taking a plate of hot dogs, and from nowhere there would be a bunch of, people in the black hats and stuff, and they would just take your hot dogs.
Yeah, but you see, Rock, when that happens, it's exciting. When it's hackers doing it to you, it's different. Because we had that happen in Stadia, didn't we, fellas? A bunch of people come in and actually challenge us like we were in the Wild West and try and steal our moonshine. And they did a good job
your
of it.
1 month membership, Dorgan. Thank you for signing up with the Rock.
Oh, bless you, Dorgan. Thank you, my friend.
But Rock, I don't know if you've got into Sons of the Forest at all, but we've been playing with Ryzak and Crow Resin, and we found a zipline gun. And I can chop trees down, and you can send logs down that zip line.
No.
You can literally build a mansion. It's amazing.
Wow.
But get real busy, because when winter comes, you are in trouble. Because those cannibals are hungry, man, and they'll eat you. They'll come club you in the head and haul you away.
But you can eat them too. You can eat them too.
Yes, you can.
You can eat cannibals.
You just say that so nonchalantly, Ray.
If you do the leg perfectly well done, it's really good. It's really good.
You got to cook the fur off the back first.
Yeah,
and then it tastes delicious.
That's like extra protein, because they've eaten like meat of other folk, and then you're eating them, so you're getting double the protein, aren't you? That kind of makes sense.
You need protein. You need proteins. You need meat. You got to survive.
Yeah, you do need protein.
Fun,
do you know what, guys? You asked me if I've played Sons of the Forest. I've been reveling in all things Nintendo. I never thought I'd say it.
Oh my God, Rock! I got to give you my Animal Crossing. I got to give you my code.
Ray,
So
I've already sent you a friend request.
Did you? Okay, all right.
I think I did.
Right.
I sent a few people. I hope I did now. Having said that would be embarrassing.
I can show you my turnips.
Please, I want to see your turnips. She's coming back on Sunday, mate. I'm not kidding. Animal Crossing, I love it. I've just got to a point now where I've built the museum, I've built the shop, I've built some new houses for folks, and and on top of that, I've been playing a bit of Zelda Breath of the Wild as well. Been getting a bit of
That's what I'm jealous of.
I've been doing that one. I've been playing a bit of Warframe on Switch, and I was so excited by Animal Crossing that I've gone back to Dinkum. I've been playing with my Dinkum as well, boys.
Wait a minute, whoa! What is
last time, Rock? You pulled a muscle. You need to be careful.
What is playing with your Dinkum?
Dinkum, Ray. I'm glad you asked. Dinkum is basically Animal Crossing for PC. But it's set in Australia, where they say, "How are you, mate? Yeah, fair dinkum. Fair dinkum, pal." That's what they say, you see. And it's very similar, but it's actually, if anything, slightly evolved. It's kind of more to do, and it's great fun. So I've just been Nintendo everything. I haven't had a chance to look at a great deal else, guys. I've got to be honest with you. And I've just ordered a new dock for because I've set up another little studio upstairs, and I'm going to actually do streaming of my OLED of my Switch.
Well, if you stream, we got to do an Animal Crossing together. Me and you fishing.
Let's do it, Raymond.
Catching fish.
Let's do it.
Catching butterflies.
Yeah, together.
Planting apple trees.
Do. Thank you for being a friend.
I just read Ro's comment. Have you seen what he said?
Again.
I would punch someone who said dinkum to me.
Well, that's very rude. That's very rude. That's taken on half of Australia there, mate, that is. How could he say such a thing? That's
Time and place,
So
Wilson.
aggressive, Crow. So aggressive. Have you actually done any gaming, David, recently? Have you been playing any games? Well, you've been playing with these guys, haven't you?
I've played with these guys now and then, and I'll tell you what I did, Rock. I played Jedi Fallen Order, and I 100%ed it on the Grandmaster difficulty.
Yes.
Small brag.
You are indeed a Jedi.
Yes, remember, folks, he said
Pod one.
small brag.
I did it in preparation of getting the new one coming out, Survivor.
Yes.
And then I went to pre-purchase it after I completed Fallen Order. And I forgot how much a new game costs.
That's
mate.
right.
£65 on discount.
right.
£65, and I was just like, do you know what? No, that is not. No game is worth that to me. No game.
David, I bring news. I bring good news. And it isn't that Christ is risen. That's a couple of days back now.
Come on,
but
you got me excited.
You've got to be on topic, guys. I've got some good news for you, my friend. I'm giving away a copy of Survivor in a couple of weeks' time. But it gets better than that, David, because you can choose which platform you would like to have it on. All right, if you want Xbox, you have Xbox. And to go with it, I'm giving away, depending on your choice, a whole month of Game Pass Ultimate, or PlayStation Plus Premium, or GeForce Now Ultimate, if you want it, to go with the game. So get yourselves over to rockshow.com, giveaways, and the link is there.
My God. Rokk, you are so kind.
I try. I try.
But mind out, everyone, because you'll be competing with me.
Be competing with who, David?
You'll be competing with me because I'm going to try and win that game, Rokk.
Yes,
I'm going for it.
I'm putting you in 400 entries.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Because you're a band member, mate. You deserve to, you deserve a little bit of a
He's the
leg
roadie.
up.
He's actually, guys, the roadie. He's actually the roadie.
Oh, don't tell him that. He left the last time you said that. He didn't come back for weeks.
I'm sorry.
Oh, mate, you know he gets tetchy about that. He does more than make the tea. He organises your jelly beans, your overriders, and everything.
Yes.
I didn't know he was in charge of your jelly beans. That's an
He
important.
loves raised jelly beans, don't you, mate? After looking at Dinkum, he loves nothing more than playing with raised jelly beans.
They are better than his black nut.
No.
Oh my God!
Nothing is better than black nut.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
We gotta behave. We gotta behave because we got the lovely Crystal in the chat. All right?
I know, and she doesn't. I know, guys. I did tell you about this. You've got to be very. And Neil, he doesn't like none of that stuff either.
No.
Young Neil, there he is. Look, he's going to gift to David if he wins. Oh, bless him. Sounds like he wants it more than me. He does. Well, he does fancy himself as a bit of a Jedi, don't you, David? It's a bit of a Padawan.
I'll tell you what I fancy myself, Rokk, is a charity case, and I'll definitely take charity.
That's fair enough. Maker is
He
in the house.
fancies himself a little dark soul.
He does. He does. Look at this. It says the only time Wilson uses the Force is in the bathroom with his coffee.
Are we bringing this back up again?
I don't know what that means, but it does sound unsavory.
Wilson, how come the bog is always brought up around you? I'm just wondering.
I don't know.
The bog. Have you been teaching these fellas English?
No.
That's right. Slowly, very slowly. They now say book.
Book.
They now say book.
Yeah, the book. Aye. Why, aye. Beautiful stuff. Should we get on with the news, chaps?
Yes, we have a lot of news.
Oh, Crystal says, but you won't let her buy you a chair.
Rokk, Crystal offered to buy David a chair because he's always standing, and she said, "I will get a chair. Go look on Amazon. You got an Amazon account. She will send him a chair."
He's actually sitting down. He's just very tall. That's the truth.
Yeah, the back of the chair stops about there. You can't see it.
He's very tall, and the chair wobbles about as he moves. But oh, bless you, that's incredibly kind. She's lovely, isn't she?
Very lovely.
And Rudig says all of his favourites in one show. We're like a box of chocolates, aren't we? Which one of us is Forrest?
Hey!
I'm a little gump.
yeah. What was the Bubba puppet? What was it? Bubba Gump shrimps. Yeah. That was it. Beautiful. Did you like a bit of the old Forrest Gump, Ray?
I loved it. There's actually a restaurant called Forrest Gump where on the bench there's him sitting on the bench and you could take a picture sitting next to Forrest Gump.
Wow, really?
Eating a box of chocolate.
What like a waxwork or
yeah. And
wow.
believe it or not, their shrimp is amazing. It's if you go to like Monterey,
it's Bubba
or if you go out to the pier, yes, Bubba Gump shrimp.
Because I happen to know
fried shrimp.
You know Cowboy, that's his favourite fried shrimp. That's his favourite food. If you ever watch any of his videos when he goes out for a meal, I promise you, 99% of the time he goes fried shrimp and coleslaw. That's all he eats. Fried shrimp and coleslaw. Loves it.
I could do it.
You could dig that? I couldn't be digging that. I could be. David, we don't do that kind of cuisine.
I like grilled though. I like grilled. I like grilled or shrimp scampi. I like
grilled scampi. Oh, I like scampi.
I'm an American. I want everything deep fried. What?
You take like butter and garlic and you get it in a pan and then you throw your shrimp in there and it's like a.
Well, I thought scampi is its own thing, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you just said shrimp scampi. I thought scampi was its own thing, wasn't it?
Scampi's the noise they make as they run out the pan. Let's get over to the news. There we are. Look at that. We've arrived at the news. A little short sojourn of a trip there. Look at that. Nobody can read. I mean, let's move this down. So first up in the news, guys, this is literally hot off the press. This went live at an hour and a bit ago, not very long ago. It's that Microsoft's PC Game Pass has launched in 40 new countries. It's now in 86 different countries.
That's expansion if you've ever seen it, isn't it?
It is expansion. Well, you know what's interesting? This ties in with, recently Boosteroid and GeForce Now both announced that they would be doing all the PC Game Pass games. And there was a question mark over, are they talking PC or are they talking all of Game Pass? And we kind of said no. They very deliberately said PC Game Pass, the games that are on Xbox Game Pass but on PC. Well, this kind of solidifies it, doesn't it? Cements it. 86 different countries. And interesting, talking about Boosteroid, one of these is Ukraine, where, of course, although they're not technically 100% there, they are most definitely a Ukrainian business at heart. So, all good. Any thoughts on this, fellas?
Well, I think overnight they made a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's popular. It's extremely popular.
I'm an ultimate pass gamer, and sometimes if it's a game that I try out on the cloud and I love it, I'll put it on my PC locally, which you can do. If you have the Game Pass PC, you can put it on your computer and play it. I love it. It's options, and I love having options when it comes to gaming.
How many people, Rokk, do you think have access now that didn't before, like number-wise, like population that has access to this?
Well, as I said,
countries?
I think the clue here is in those relationships with the cloud gaming outfits.
I think further into what you said, SPG, how many countries are they now in that places like PlayStation already weren't? Like, what have they? Because people always talk about the Xbox monopoly, right? I'm thinking, is this them getting that expansion before other people, or are they trying to catch up? What is these new 40 countries? Are PlayStation already there? That's what I'm curious to hear.
I don't know, because some of them are places like Algeria and Bahrain. There's lots of Middle Eastern, African outfits. We've got some Eastern European, Croatia, obviously Ukraine, aforementioned Ukraine. Then we've got places like Iceland. Now, I think I'm right in saying that Bjorn has said in the past that they seem to get stuff in Sweden quite late. Martin from Norway is in the chat. Martin, have you guys had Xbox Game Pass you've had it for quite a while, haven't you? Because I know I'm sure you've got it. But certainly some countries here, Moldova, North Macedonia, these are all Eastern European outfits. And we've got some South American, Peru, Paraguay, Panama.
I've been watching a lot of streamers from Peru and also from South America. Yes, I have.
Well, here's a question. Sorry, Ray. I just saw a few in there. Does some of these places even have the infrastructure?
Well, do you know what's interesting, actually? Africa has an amazing mobile network because it's just impossible to run cable across some of the vast areas in Africa. So they invested heavily in satellite and transmitters and mobile tech. So they've got like a pretty decent 5G network.
Hey, William, some of those countries got better Wi-Fi and internet than we do.
Right. That's what I mean, though. Down to infrastructure. Some of them have better than others. Like Libya might not have the best infrastructure, or maybe they do. I don't know. Or Lithuania, Morocco even.
Martin, do you think Iceland had Game Pass? Martin from Norway is saying, yeah, they had it from the start, he thinks. Is that the case for Iceland as well, Martin? I mean, it's interesting because we are, let's be fair, we are talking here very, very specifically about PC Game Pass versus Game Pass per se. But I think a lot of this, to be honest with you, is bringing it in line with Boosteroid and GeForce Now. I haven't done the empirical research because this news only came out a little while ago. But what would be interesting would be to compare these new territories with the territories that those two and maybe a few others cover as well, to see whether that brings them into line. Because if you've got Boosteroid covering a whole bunch of territories and saying we're putting all these PC games, making them all available on our service, and actually you can't subscribe to PC Game Pass, beg your pardon, in Macedonia, for example, then it's kind of like makes it that bit more difficult to justify that you can actually provide that. So let's roll it out and get people paying for the service, and then they can have access via Boosteroid or any of the other services as well.
And then Durgon just threw out PlayStation Plus is in 107 countries.
Yeah, no, but this is specifically PC Game Pass.
Right.
I mean, I don't know where Game Pass is for all I know. It could be on Mars and Jupiter. But very specifically, this is about the service wherein if you don't have an Xbox, you can still play the games that are available for PC on the Game Pass service. Yeah.
So you're speculating that it's going to have some link to something like their new Boosteroid contract or something. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
But Boosteroid, it didn't say PC Game Pass games. It said games available on the PC Microsoft Store. Just to clarify, it did not say Game Pass. Everyone wanted it to say Game Pass. When they released their news, it wasn't Game Pass games. It was PC Microsoft Store games.
When they said the Boosteroid guys and that's right. Because there was a whole bunch of controversy around that, David, and I think you and I both were sort of saying, look, temper your expectations because they ain't saying Game Pass, but now. I mean, they're not even now. You're right.
Like it could. It's adding on to adding isn't it? And it's making it look a lot more beneficial.
Possible, yeah. Because they're still not saying this is. I'm speculating that this has something to do with those services. They still haven't done the joined up writing, and they keep mentioning as well the whole EA deal, the Blizzard deal. You know, they're still saying, with as long as this deal goes ahead, you guys can play these games and those games and stuff. And it's just, it looks like it is going ahead. But, fascinating stuff. So
they're doing the legwork to make sure this goes through. I think
you're right, mate. They're working very hard.
Yes, they are.
Do you know what
they're trying to change perceptions along the way as well.
Yes.
Which,
I find it really odd that this is happening at the same time that the tech sector has been shrinking. Like, we all know the past year or two, the tech sector has been going under like a lot of pressures, and they've been having layoffs here, there, and everywhere. And yes, that's to increase stakeholder interest and value. Yeah. But at the same time, it's so odd that you're seeing this off the back of all of that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you still, even when you shrink as a company, you still have to show investment.
Yeah. That's true.
It's the two sides of the equation. You're trying to say, guys, we're going to retain your your share value by reducing cost, but at the same time, we've still got to be purchasing companies and we've still got to be rolling out new services. And otherwise, we're static.
Innovation. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting. In the same boat, but not quite. They also announced. I just did that one, didn't I? Exactly the same link. Hang on a second. An extension. I just want to make sure. Yeah. That is because it is the same link. Okay, so I can let you know what this is about. Now, this is the same one. This is correct. So The Verge went on to speculate. So earlier today, Phil Spencer put out a little tweet congratulating the fact that they have extended their arrangement with EE, which is the worst acronym ever for a business, by the way. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, you know, of all the letters that you could have put together, EE, which stands, it's even worse than that, Ray. It stands for everything everywhere. It's horrible. Wow. And it used to be orange, which was much nicer.
I thought it stood for Kevin Bacon.
Yes, it does. He does all the adverts in the UK.
Yeah.
So EE is one of, if not the largest mobile network provider. It fell out of British Telecom, which still owns the wholesale backbone for all of these services in the US. They say we're not a monopoly, but they freaking well are. And they have, EE themselves have been or have had a relationship with Microsoft now for a couple of years, because if you pay for their highest priced broadband, they bung in a Game Pass Ultimate subscription for a year or 2 years or whatever the deal is. So what's interesting about this announcement with old Phil Spencer saying that we're committing to a further decade, it could just have been meaning that we will be giving Game Pass Ultimate out there, probably for free, because it's a loss leader and people sample the McDonald's, they sample the crack, and they come back for more. That's how it works. But if it wasn't for the fact that very specifically in his message, we've got it here, he says Microsoft and EE are expanding our partnership, which they've already got, with a 10-year commitment in cloud gaming to bring PC games built by Activision Blizzard following the acquisition and Xbox to EE customers. There's a lot packed into one sentence there. We've got PC games on the same day that they announce an expansion of PC Game Pass. We've got cloud gaming. Now, this is EE have never offered cloud gaming in their services, and they've never mentioned that they're going to bring cloud gaming. But here is Phil Spencer underlining that. And then it's all of it preempted by games from Activision Blizzard following the acquisition. Is the 10-year deal following the acquisition, or is this just that following the acquisition you'll also be able to play Activision Blizzard games? There's a lot packed into this.
Like, does the deal hinge on the acquisition? Does it fall through if they don't have it?
Exactly.
Is the acquisition basically confirmed at this point? Is that what they're trying to say? Like it's going to go through. Like, we all, as gamers and people interested, we all kind of think it probably is, don't we? We think it's going to go through,
it's
right?
Pretty much guaranteed now.
Yeah, but is this what they're saying, that they're confident with that too now?
You can just tell that the full will of the company is pushing this.
Yeah.
Like all these deals now, maybe in the fine print it does say that, hey, if we don't get the deal, this deal's void.
I'm playing devil's advocate. What if it don't?
Well, yeah, if they don't, then none of this. This is the question mark, Ray. Do any of these deals go ahead? The only thing that I would say is that they have announced today this whole PC Game Pass thing being expanded, and they haven't said predicated on Activision Blizzard. They said from today we've added a further 40 countries. So maybe it would still go ahead anyway.
Me personally, I think the handshakes have already been done behind the scenes. They're just waiting to announce.
The people that needed proper motivation have gotten it.
Yeah.
I think by now.
Exactly.
What is interesting, I think, here is the subtext of the tweet, which is EE, a company that is. They argue they're the largest mobile provider in the country. O2, which is another one, argue they are, but that's irrelevant. One of the largest with a huge user base. They set up a gaming department within EE back in October last year with a whole bunch of new staff to look at ways to make them the gaming network. Excuse me, both broadband and mobile. They offer the same broadband packages that BT offer, only cheaper, and they're doing things like throwing in Xboxes and 18-month ultimate packages and so on. So it's not beyond the wit of man to think that their cloud gaming is coming. But The Verge argues there is currently no indication of Microsoft expanding its servers. And where does it say this? It's quite interesting. To allow for... I don't suppose this doesn't have anything to share. They both were quite vague. They asked them to share on the information, but they didn't. It's more likely that Microsoft is gearing up to add PC games to Xbox Cloud Gaming, which we now know, they've increased the PC gaming countries, than EE is getting ready to launch an unannounced rival cloud gaming service. But we haven't seen signs of Microsoft building out data centers that would be capable of running PC games in the cloud. Because at the moment, of course, they're not. They're running a bunch, you know all about this, William, they're running a bunch of Xbox-based servers serving games on Xbox, not PC, like NVIDIA, GeForce Now, or Boosteroid. So is this the preempting of a deal with Boosteroid or GeForce Now?
It's very interesting, man.
Cowboy, he just put to the Rokk Show. He just
No, I saw. Yeah, I didn't put it up because it wasn't pertinent to what we were saying. But
Gotcha.
yeah, so I think it is. I think what's happening here is that an as yet unnamed cloud gaming bolt-in service, which if it's going to feature PC games from Xbox, can only be GeForce Now or Boosteroid, because they are the only two out there offering that service, which has been underlined and underpinned by Microsoft. So if you look at what's happening here, I think you're starting to see a wider net being cast. And who knows in other territories whether these deals are being lined up as well, where you've got if you like, a triad of a cloud gaming platform provider, the network provider, and Microsoft providing the games for all of the major mobile or broadband networks in most of the territories that have just been announced to have PC Game Pass revealed. QED. I think we worked that out, fellas. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's kind of where it's all going. And also, by the way, why PlayStation would be getting really, really worried.
That's all I'm curious about is PlayStation's take at this point, because I think every gamer across the spectrum is starting to, well, not everyone, but most people are starting to just expect this acquisition to go through. But
well, there's the perception thing. They're going out of their way to go, we're playing fair. You can play over there. We're going to make this deal.
Yeah.
But how hard are PlayStation still fighting this?
Well, look, I don't actually think it matters from Microsoft's point of view, right? I mean, think about it. Yes, it would be nice that we've spoken in the past. What they really, really, really want is the King, the mobile games, because that's the bit missing in their portfolio. That's what matters for them. These kinds of deals, they've already got games and they've already got studios that they've purchased. This means they expand their client base across massive existing customer bases through the broadband and the mobile networks. So for them, it doesn't matter whether it involves Activision Blizzard. This is just a way of them saying we're spreading the love. They really want the K. They want the mobile stuff. This has nothing to do with that. This is just existing Microsoft stuff.
Yeah, like I was saying to you before the show, Rokk, it's very optic based. Is this information, isn't it? It's very appealing for those who are interested in EE who didn't already have an interest in something like Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
exactly. It's pulling in new audiences.
Guys, we talked before we went live, and this is by way of a segue to the next news item, talking about cloud. And, there are still people out there saying it's not ready and, there are too many variables and what have you. And we were saying with what's happening today, and I'll pull up the next news item so this makes more relevance, this is amazing. Path tracing. We'll have a look at it in a second. But for this to work, for you to get the absolute cutting edge, best of graphic experience, you need to have the rig that William has, and there are few of us that can afford that. William happens to be incredibly wealthy, got all his money from selling NFTs to Japanese. I don't know how he managed it. But most of us can't. Whereas if you have a GeForce Now Ultimate account, you can access these features, which means cloud is not only the most convenient way moving forward to play games, but it's getting to a point where it's going to be the only technical way without spending a fortune that you can experience this kind of quality. Now, William, you've got some gripes, but fill us in. What is all this path tracing stuff that's coming out today on Cyberpunk?
So, okay, lately they've been adding ray tracing cores to the GPUs, so you'll have your CUDA cores and you'll have ray tracing cores. They have AI built into it now, and basically what's up is they took Cyberpunk and they gave us a fantastic ray tracing thing called Psycho Mode or whatever, and that made the ray tracing super awesome and pop and all that stuff. But what path tracing is it's better. It's not the exact same thing. So what basically happens is the AI or the algorithm, whatever is running, kind of guesses where the rays should be. And instead of it guessing, it's fully tracing the path. So if the sun is up over your left shoulder and it's hitting a mud puddle that you're walking by, that mud puddle should be reflecting those rays back at you, so the mud puddle looks bright. It'll be a bright spot. You can really see those things with this overdrive mode that they just released. But NVIDIA did a wonderful thing, or GeForce Now did, by giving you the ultimate tier, which gives you the access to the 4080. Now, most people that play their Cyberpunk, if you do not have a 40 series card, are not even going to be using this mode. You're going to have to use DLS 3.0 just to get your frames per second back up to a manageable situation. So if you take my card, okay, my 4090.
Oh, yes, please. Come and get it now.
I've got a 4090 water-cooled card. I've got 24 gigs of GDDR6 plus VRAM or whatever. And this game with path tracing turned on and no DLSS, no faking the resolution, just full brute forcing the game running. If you have path tracing turned on, you're looking at 16 to 20 frames per second, even with the 4090.
Wow.
Because all of that is going into the path tracing, or a whole bunch of it is, and it tanks your frame rate, much like ray tracing does in general.
Fundamentally, ray tracing was a halfway version of creating the laws of physics according to light inside a gaming world, and path tracing does that exactly. It's AI doing 1,000 calculations per second for every single step that your character takes. And don't get me wrong, graphic designers can make games look really, really pretty if they spend 1,000 hours. They could make something that looks like that image on the left, right? But this path tracing, ray tracing technology just takes that extra step away. It builds in the light physics and the reflection and the shadows. It does all of that for you. It's just so heavy on the system.
So when you look at the pictures there, you've got your rasterization, your ray traced, and your path traced right there. Look at the reflections on the helmet. So in the middle there, the AI, the algorithm, or whatever is going, hey man, yeah, I think it should be reflecting here and this and that. Now, if you go to the path trace, where all the rays are traced and it's bouncing the way it should be, exactly like simulation-esque, that's what it would look like on the far end. Yeah. Now, that is going to tank your frame rates. But this is where DLSS 3.0 comes into play. Now, when I test a graphics card, I don't test their DLSS and go, this is how awesome the card is. I turn all that stuff off and see what frames I can get without faking the resolution. So I turn it all to 4K and everything. Well, now you're going to need DLSS 3.0, even with the 4090, to run this Cyberpunk with path tracing. So what that means in the future is that most likely you're going to need a 40 series card to enjoy path tracing. So much like they did with ray tracing, to where the 970 cards and the 9 series cards couldn't do ray tracing. You had to get a 10 series card. It's going to start going that way again. To where you're going to need different hardware to be able to run the path tracing, because nobody wants to play a game at 20 frames per second. And if you don't have DLS 3.0, you're not going to get the jump. So let me give you an example. 4090, brute forcing it with the overdrive mode on, you're going to get 16 to 20 frames per second, depending on where you're at. You turn DLSS 3.0 on, now you're back to 125 to 140 frames per second. Now with the 4080, you're probably looking at 90 to 100. It's not that much difference, but you have to have DLSS 3.0 on to get those frames back. And the older cards do not have DLS 3.0. So they're going to start pacing people out of this thing. Go ahead, Ray.
Oh, sorry, Ray.
Just real quick, though, guys, just remember, in the section, in your options, this is all optional. And basically, this is for the people who have the money and want the visuals. If you don't care about the visuals and you don't care about the different frame rates and stuff, you either, just like SPG says, if you want all the bells and whistles, you're going to need a good graphic card, or you're going to have to get the ultimate tier. If not, you're still going to have ray tracing. Yeah. You're still going to have basic stuff.
Nintendo Switch. Ultimately gameplay, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I just add to your complaints about you having to use the DLSS, though, SPG? They're two sides of the same coin, is the path trace and the DLSS. They want to encourage that DLSS because that's another technology of the future.
They don't want learning AI, yeah.
They don't want you to brute force it. They don't want your 4090 to do all of that path tracing and the 4K. They want that 4K to become AI automated, same as they want the graphics with path tracing to be AI automated. Like I said before, those graphics that path tracing are creating, right? Graphic designers can make those graphics and it doesn't have to take up that load, but they want the AI to do it. It's the new world that we're moving into where we want these smart technologies to be doing everything for us because of their efficiency. And yeah, it is efficient, but it's also the amount of materials and systems that we're having to make is getting a little obscene.
Right. Well, if you just take the 4090 running at 16 to 20 frames per second, now throw that on a 3080. How's that going to perform? Well, it's not. You're going to be at 8 frames per second.
This is what I mean, both sides of the same coin. They want you using that DLSS like they want you using path tracing, but they want you using both. They want you using all of the AIs that they come up with and all of the new technologies.
And this is just a complaint of mine that they always keep adding more and more and more, making it more complicated to run. But, that's technology. Eventually, all this will be in the cloud, and it won't be up to your pocketbook.
Yeah, and that's the point, isn't it? Because I can't go out and 4090 or a AMD 700 card or what have you, and most of us aren't in that same position, but we can if it's just de rigueur, because GeForce Now or Boosteroid or whoever provides us. I mean, look at that. This is the thing that excites me about path tracing, that all of the examples that I've seen comparing ray tracing Cyberpunk and path tracing Cyberpunk, you literally looks like you're looking at photos. And realistic photos.
And for $20, you can experience it. For $20, you don't need $3,000. No. Yeah, you don't need $3,000 to go buy a good computer and then a 4090 and like literally $20 you can experience like you're this far away from a 4090 with what they've got for you.
Well, really? what they're doing, the rendering techniques are meant to be this very, very similar to what they're currently using and have been using for the past decade on animated films, which is this is how they're getting that one step closer to photorealism. Is they're using that technology from other worlds and bringing it all together into other places like gaming.
And rolling into Unreal 5, it's just incredible.
Right. And just like the comment that was in the chat, like not everybody doesn't care about that. You're right, but guess what? There's also people that do care. Because
I'll tell you this:
you got people like SPG that spends
Cowboy. You may not care. You may not care, Cowboy, but you have not ran through a game with full ray tracing on and observed it. If you played like that regularly and then I put you back to the PS5 or something, you'll tell the difference. I mean, it's just all up in what you know,
but
and you just don't know yet.
Everybody's different. It's options.
You get your choices. You got your choices, and they're all going this way. I mean, we're going to end up. You imagine in 10 years' time, you're literally going to be. Imagine you're playing with your AR glasses, and it's all 8K in each eye, and David's voice down your ear while we're doing the show. And
no.
Hey, fellas, did any of you? I know one of you did. Did any of you fellas watch the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I'm going I promise Saturday to take my son. So
Do you know, Ray, it's the biggest box office success ever for a game around a video game, for a film around a video game, ever.
it's Mario. Of course,
Hey, what's up with the Mario?
everybody
It's
loves
me, Mario.
Mario and Luigi.
So I've got to get into them now that I've become a Nintendo kid. In fact, I did. I bought. What did I buy? Mario Kart. I bought Mario Kart today. It's coming tomorrow, Ray, on the little thing that you shove in the top from like the old school days of gaming. The cartridge thing. The cartridge family. Remember us?
Yes.
The cartridge family. I've heard one or two people have moaned, but most, and I've said this as well, if you are a fan of Mario, I think you will love it. If you're not particularly into Mario, then you probably ain't going to be massively into the movie either. Know what I'm saying, Ray?
Yeah, and I probably don't expect Game of Thrones either. You know what I mean?
Right. Or Star Trek or anything. And if you're not previously into it and you go along and get dragged along by your Trekkie girlfriend or what have you, you're probably going to come out the other end going, well, I still don't like it. But if you're a Trekkie fan, you're going to go in and go, wow, that was amazing. The same as with Mario. Hey, Mario. Mario. It's true though, isn't it? It's it's and the point with the amount of sales that they've had is just how massive Mario is as a brand. I mean, it eclipses pretty much every other game character, every other video game brand that exists. So you only need 20% of those people to want to go and see the movie. You've got one of the most successful movies of all time.
I agree.
Who made it? Because I'm curious where it's going to end up on a streaming platform in 3 or 4.
What
5
streaming
months'
platform?
time.
Yeah,
That's what I mean. Where is it going to end up?
land?
It's Nintendo, right? And they don't have any.
No, that's true, David. I genuinely don't know. Let's see if I can pull it out of the text. If anybody in the chat knows, I could always go to Chat GPT.
I think I know the answer to that, Reaver the Beaver. I believe it's Mario. And Luigi Mario.
Rudig says will probably drop on HBO. I could imagine that. I would hope Netflix, maybe. I could see a Netflix.
I agree with Rudigs. I think it's going to be HBO. I think it's going to be on HBO.
Well, it could be Disney.
I knew I was right.
Do you think they'd go with Disney, Nintendo?
So it's produced by Illumination, which is Universal Pictures, and Nintendo, and it's distributed by Universal. So where does Universal stuff end up?
Oh, that's a good. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's also different depending on the country as well.
HBO.
HBO?
But a lot of over in the UK, a lot of HBO stuff either goes to Disney or
and it might be
Sky TV, which is Sky. Yeah.
Paramount is a good call.
Paramount?
I would say.
Well, that's Sky
HBO
again in the
Paramount.
UK.
Yeah.
Paramount goes to Sky in the UK, so that's possible. Well, it's going to turn up for it's going to be a rental thing for a while anyway.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked, man. We haven't gotten more cartoon properties from Nintendo.
It's interesting.
It really is. It's almost like the first Mario Brothers movie turned them off from movie making for an extremely long time.
Well, we know, of course, that Sony have been on a brand buying gig. They bought Destiny by and large from Bungie, or Bungie with Destiny by and large, because they wanted to create a whole universe of IP and content. So I think we're in that era. How do we take this? We've created these vast IPs, these brands that the whole world knows, and they are locked inside a game. How do we break them out into another medium?
Rudigs, I agree with you, man. He says a gritty Metroid movie would be great, it would, with the lead character Samus trying to take care of Mother Brain. That'd be
and Legend of Zelda as well.
Yes.
I mean, you could
They're
see
right
that
for that kind of stuff. Yeah,
imagine that as an Amazon Prime. Fully invested like those Lord of the Rings.
Gentlemen, let me tell you something. If they looking at the dollars that Nintendo did, I guarantee you. There's gonna be a Metroid and a Zelda game coming soon.
Yeah, I reckon
Come on.
you're right.
Yeah.
But there are also plenty of game adaptations that flopped. I mean, look at the Assassin's Creed movie and the Hitman movie, and I mean, there are plenty of telltales that make you not what that put you off as a company. You know what I mean? So far, it's out of all of the gaming companies, Sony, sure, they do great with their translation of their games into movies and TV content. But Sony, they're not like the exception to the rule. I wouldn't say there's exactly a rule, but it's always hit or miss. You know what I mean? It's not reliably.
Sony's big studios may also go to production of their games like a movie. I know they do in-depth storyboarding and they work, on the script, so to speak, for the game. Interesting stuff, man.
It certainly is. Now, I can't, unfortunately, excuse me, show you any clips. Sorry about the dog meat. Because the last time I showed a video clip from a Nintendo piece, they shut the channel.
Yeah.
The show was literally taken off air. They do not like people sharing the good news.
Do not ever play any 80s. Don't ever play any music from 80s cartoons either. They will shut you down, bro.
Same thing.
Yes.
Wow.
You Thundercats? Don't do it.
Thunder.
No. Hey, Rock. Stop.
Oh, is it that bad? Oh, no. Oh, no. Stop it. Very quickly, we're going to whip through the last few bits of news. This actually never really bothered me, but I guess it must have affected some people. You were, up until now, able to run emulation in the Xbox Series X and Series S, presumably to emulate older Xbox games. Well, that ain't happening anymore. From Thursday, I'm not sure when this was dated, April the 8th, so probably last week, you can only do that if you are a paid-up developer with Microsoft. Otherwise, forget it. So if you've been if you've been emulating older Xbox stuff on your Series S or X, I'm sorry, but you're out of luck. Ain't happening.
But this is up to the emulation creators, right, of the app or whatever, is to be paying them so that it's allowed. Is that what I'm understanding?
I do not know. I'm assuming. Let's have a look at it from the top. So Microsoft is barring users from running game emulations on the Xbox, blah, 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 on Thursday, blah, blah, blah. Involved the RetroArch or Arc emulation software on Xbox. Actually, do you know what? I actually think it may be emulating a lot more than Xbox.
Yes, that's what I was going to be getting at, because the console
Nintendo
itself
stuff.
has a lot of horsepower for $500. So you could emulate probably PlayStation 2 all the way back and have all those games, maybe even Dreamcast.
Well, it looks like even Nintendo. So it says here, an unnamed friend at the Xbox QA, its quality assurance team, they asked about the issue, said the reason for the ban was Nintendo. It's Nintendo again.
They do not mess around. Nintendo does not.
There you go.
You can emulate this, but you better not emulate what we got.
Right.
Okay? Don't do it.
Right.
Everyone talks about PlayStation for their exclusives, but really Nintendo are quite heavy-handed when it comes to keeping their stuff in-house, right?
They don't play sushi with it, my brother.
No.
So, apparently RetroArch was able to do PlayStation 2, GameCube, Wii. So, that's obviously... I mean, I kind of get that, to be fair. If it's unlicensed, and they go to Microsoft and say, guys, look, it's your box, we've got to stop somebody from doing it. And they've gone, fair shout. We don't want to fall out with you guys because, there are PC games and stuff. Nah, stop.
But a lot of these emulation things as well, though, have an out, meaning that you're completely able to emulate a game and load a ROM and all that, but they're not going to supply you with the ROM. With the actual game. And then that's how they're on Google.
Yes,
because there's nothing attached to
that's
them.
True.
And you gotta look at it from the other side. If you are a creator, if you're an artist, if you're doing your work, that you created, and somebody is basically stealing it.
No, it's a fair shout, Ray. And Ray, it can't. I mean, how cheap would it be to pick up a PS2 or a GameCube now on eBay? I mean, you could probably get, or are they? Are they collector's items? Are they?
People think they are. People think they're sitting on $1 million now.
Okay,
they do. You can still find some cheap consoles and stuff, but just don't shop at DK Oldies, I guess, is all I'm saying.
Oh, goodness.
Fair point. Moving swiftly on. What do we got? Resident Evil 4, Ray. I don't know if you guys have purchased Resident Evil 4. They're launching today a brand new Horde mode, the Mercenaries, for free.
I can't even get through the other mode.
It's free. Oh, flip me ears. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is coming out for free. DLC. I think it's out actually. So if you bought Resident Evil 4,
hell no, thank you.
They're good at. I tell you, they're great with their DLCs, aren't they, Capcom? The DLCs for Biohazard were some of my favorite DLCs of all time for any game. They were brilliant. Doing it, bringing it.
I'll let like Maker or Rudigs or Cowboy. I think they like this Horde mode stuff.
Do they?
Let them play that.
But we used to like playing that zombie thing, didn't we, Ray? Do you remember back in the day on Stadia where you used to
Black Ops?
No, the other one.
I played and I can't get through the villagers, man. They're just too tough for me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I finished Resident Evil 3 on Luna the other day, and I'm halfway through 2. So, but I play on baby mode. I don't be doing it none of this normal stuff. Another one.
But hey, that's free, guys. Free DLC. Yeah. So hey,
new name for FIFA.
My heart.
New name for EA Sports FC. EA Sports FC. No longer FIFA.
It just doesn't ring right. It doesn't.
No, it's horrible, isn't it? EA FC. It's like that freaking mobile network that we've got. EA Sports. It's not kind of working, is it?
They should just call it Loot Box.
See, I saw what they did with Pro Evolution. If you had FIFA, you had to get Pro Evolution.
Yeah.
And Pro Evolution, they changed it around and they just completely ruined that game. I feel the same with FIFA. You lost FIFA license.
It just takes the personality away, doesn't it?
Oh my god!
Well, FIFA are bringing their own game out, though, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah. Your actual FIFA, they're bringing out. They're giving it. They're actually going to work with another developer and bring out their own.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
This hurts because you're not going to get the kits. You don't have the stars, the transfer window. Like, how are you going to do the transfer window if you don't have the actual FIFA stars, the players?
Yeah, well, there you go. FIFA are planning to release a major new FIFA simulation football game title in 2024, though says it's currently engaging with publishers, media companies, and investors about the game, which seems to indicate that the details aren't fully nailed down. But they're a dodgy old outfit, aren't they, FIFA? Aren't they?
Rudigs in the chat, FIFA's a dirty, corrupt brand, good riddance.
Well, exactly. No, I mean, this is what I was just saying. They're pretty shady, aren't they?
Yeah.
Pretty sniffy outfit, let's be fair.
It ain't just FIFA, is it? I mean,
but us gamers got nothing to do with the corruption.
No, where there's money, there's corruption, isn't there?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what put me off boxing. When I was a kid, I used to love watching the fights with my dad. And then the money moved in and it just became unwatchable for me. And that's the same with football. I used to love it when there used to be free games on Saturdays on BBC. And then it moved to Sky and the money came in and it's unwatchable now. It's, if they fall over and they just, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I had to get Peacock so I could watch
excuse me?
English Premier games. I had to get Peacock so I could watch the English Premier.
Nothing wrong with a peacock.
Don King did ruin boxing.
He did.
And he stole a lot of money from Mike Tyson.
Yes, absolutely he did.
Yes,
Absolutely.
if you move his hair, there's horns.
He's
horns.
The sporting equivalent of Colonel Tom Parker, isn't he? As far as Tyson's concerned. Anyway, finally, he's gone. He's gone. Say goodbye, young Phil Harrison, who to this day I still confuse with Phil Spencer. Yeah. Only one has hair.
I just always ask, which one's the good Phil again?
Well, the other thing I love about this photo is if they'd have angled it slightly better, he'd have had a couple of Mickey Mouse ears, wouldn't he?
I'm not going to say nothing because I think he's aged 57.
You think? He is. You're
Agent
right,
57.
Ray. He is. He is, isn't he?
You mean Agent 47?
Whatever, 47, 57, whatever.
No, at our age, we can't help but put the ears on.
Hey, he is certainly the silent assassin when it comes to products. That is it's death. Yeah.
Fair shout, my friend. Fair shout.
God.
I don't know where he's going or gone or whatever. I mean, he's off to ruin some other company. You know.
If it wasn't for Phil, though, I wouldn't have met you people in the chat and you people on the
Yeah, there's a fair shout.
Okay.
Is that because
I met all of you guys.
Well, it was what he was involved with.
Yeah, he was involved. I mean, is it because of him that you met us, Ray?
Well, yeah, he actually sent me an email with Ray's address in it. That's how we first met.
Hey,
he said the cyborg needs a friend.
Phil sold me on Stadia, and I had my credit card. I ordered everything after watching Phil.
Yeah.
He sold me. So,
How'd that go for you, Ray?
Hey, you know what? Shut up.
Got it all back.
I can't. 3 years. 3 years. Okay, guys, we got a wonderful 3 years.
We did. No, we're not dissing the
Well,
Stadia.
it was just like any relationship.
Phil,
You got.
Well, if you look at it that way, Stadia's lasted longer than most marriages. So there you go.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Oh, great. See, Ray's trying to put a lovely positive spin on it. And then you end up by talking about a massive divorce. I've been married for 30-odd years, mate. I mean, and Ray, but not to Ray.
Not too Ray.
Not in that sense.
Well, hooray for you.
Hooray for Ray. That's all I got, fellas. I mean, we had some chat there. We had some interesting news. So what's up next? Oh, I remember.
Phil, go to EE. Go to EE, Phil. You can help out over there at the EE.
Hey, that's a fair shout, actually.
Go to EE.
Yeah. Well, I could see him working for someone like EE. I don't know. He'd want too much cash, wouldn't he? He would. He'd want a massive slice of whatever that pie was. He's been ruined.
Yeah.
He has. He'll never go back. Right. Let's get on with what we got. We've got William now coming up. Should we do it? Are you ready, William?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's just remove that and take your...
Agreed, Crow.
Woohoo! Look at this.
All right.
I do love the way you do all your little cutouts on your videos. Let me get David back. There he is. Bless him. Whoops.
Where'd I go?
You're back in, my friend.
All right. So today I'm going to be discussing Fall Guys. And I don't know if you know what this game is, but it's free to play. It's available on Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PC, and PlayStation consoles. You take over a little colorful, amorphous bean-shaped character. You are a bean. I'm just saying. And you're dressed in bright garb, running through a series of semi-random minigames. Your goal in Fall Guys is to be the last bean standing. Ooh. And as you can see, you've got obstacle courses, and you play with up to like 60 players. It's a fantastic game. Now, one of the things that they changed is that before, to make a custom match, not just join in, I'm playing with randoms here, but you can make a custom match, and you had to have 10 people in your group before you could start the match. Now it's 5. So you can get all your buddies in, and it is a heck of a lot of fun. As you can see, there's SpongeBob SquareButt over there on the right, and it's just colorful, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a party game. So my first tip for you would be time your jumps, like I just did right there. Knowing when to jump is pretty darn important in this game. There's interesting physics. It's a lot of fun. And also, much like Human Fall Flat, you can grab with your hands with the trigger buttons. So don't forget to grab ledges to pull yourself up or other people. I'll get to that soon. Learn the best time to dive. Like you'll see me jump and attempt to dive certain times because I'm trying to get a little a little further, you know. And that was me grabbing the side, pulling myself up. I don't know. It's a cute game. Falling can help, but you have to learn the course route. When you first start the match, if you haven't played the map, it slowly shows you the full course. You can follow the main herd, so to speak, to find where you're going. But quickly the route split off, and you'll find yourself semi alone, even if there's 40 to 60 people in there. It is tremendous fun. If you're confused and you're playing a new board, follow the crowd, like I said, or take a few moments to watch the intro so that you can try to pick a course or pick a path. Now they do have real money in the game that you can spend your real money to get outfits and stuff, but you don't have to. You can grind for the currency in the game. But if you are going to spend your real money, I believe they're called snowbucks. You can go buy them and then get your whatever cosmetic that you want your guy to look like. Like somebody purchased SpongeBob, I'm sure. Another thing, take your time. Losing can also be fun. If you lose, spectate. And when you're spectating, instead of just leaving and starting to find a new group to play with, if you spectate, you'll learn new strategies, new routes and paths. And it's just real interesting to see how other people play. And as you see, like it starts, if you qualify, you get kicked, everybody else gets kicked off that didn't. And then you and the people that qualified go forward, which is what you're seeing here. Let's see, sabotage or not to sabotage. Sabotage is interesting. Just like you can grab the sides of objects and pull yourself up and other stuff, you can grab a hold of other players and you can force them to the edge and throw them off, or get them to bounce off. It's pretty interesting. But you can also ruin your chances. If you go grab somebody, you might end up falling or something. So be careful there. Here's some tips for some tricky boards. There's a board called DoorDash. Don't try to go rogue. Attempting to smash down doors and avoid the crowd is risky. Instead, navigate to doors that are already open and let the crowd carry you forward. That's for DoorDash. That'll give you a little significant I don't know. It'll just help you a little bit. Let's see. The next one is Night Fever. The big swinging spiked logs towards the end. That's the community dubbed thick bonkus. And it's a real pain. Try sticking to the middle of the path and timing your run so you avoid the pendulous obstacle. You can jump over the smaller holes in the ground too. That was Night Fever. And then the Whirligig. A well-timed dive can yeet you past the spinning fan blades and straight to freedom. I've done that before. It flings your character. It's so amazing. And then let's see, Seesaw. Stick to the middle of the saws. You try to anticipate which direction the next one is tilting. Keep your joystick tilted while you're trying to balance it. It can be a pain. And then Perfect Match. Focus on the tiles immediately around you and try not to pay too much attention to the ones of the opposite corner of the board. And then my very last tip will be, there's a hexagon. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Hexagon something, and it's the floor that drops out from underneath you. They have different layers going down, and you're trying to outlast everyone else. As you're on these things, the floor drops out, and you can fall, land on the next one. That'll drop out, and you'll fall. But if you keep running, you can keep your momentum and keep on that tier. And the longer you stay on that tier while everybody else is falling, you'll end up winning. That is a really fun one as well. But the game is free to play. Wow. It is on Epic. It does not take hardly any hardware to run. You could play it on an older PC, I'm sure. Go check this game out. It is a heck of a lot of fun. Wow. I'm going to be playing it on community days on like Fridays, along with Among Us. So if you guys would like to hang out and play, man, we'd love to have you. It is a blast. So check it out. You.
I can't believe it's free to play. It's a class game.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's so much fun.
Brilliant fun. I used to love playing this. Must check it out, man. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, brother. Another awesome. You know what it deserves, don't you? It definitely does. Absolutely. Totally deserved. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, William. Well, it's that time of the week again. Are you ready, Raymond?
Yes, I am ready.
Here we go. Oh, I do loves me some. Oh, look at this.
People,
who have we got today?
Hide your beavers, people,
no.
because we've got Reaver. The Beaver is who I'm praising. He is the raider of beavers. He steals the beavers. He raids the beavers.
Who's the beavers? Isn't that something to do with the Cubs?
Reaver the Beaver, a.k.a. Ravencrow, I am praising you, my friend, because you are an awesome dude. Thank you for your support. I always see you in the Rokk chat. I always see you supporting other streamers. I love talking to you at Discord. You posting memes of pictures of me. I love you, brother. Guys, make sure you go check out Reaver the Beaver. He's on YouTube. He's got some awesome videos of Valhalla and also some other cool short videos. Right now, he has, what is he got? He's got 597 subscribers. Well. Come on, can we get him over 600 today? Let's get him about 610 subscribers today. But today, I am praising Reaver the Beaver.
Reaver the Beaver.
Can I ask, Ray, are you also subscribing to Reaver today?
Shut up, David. I wasn't going to mention it. He gets upset.
Oh my God, look. This is my, hold on. There's a reason why. And I'll tell you why. Oh, no. There's a reason why, because guess what? I do it live. There you go.
Oh, yeah. See, he likes to show you how to do it, David.
That's as simple as that. And look, guys, look, I'm going to show you
something
else. Look. And anytime you want him,
you see, watch this, David. It's important. See, click that. Look,
get notification.
You choose the bell.
The bell. There you go. So anytime he's on, you will get a notification. People, make sure you also do that for the Rokk. Simply
Ray's pro tips now as well. Straight after Williams. Perfect.
Congratulations. That's right. Can we get some beaver emojis? Because he is the plundering, the raider of beavers. Which just leave my beaver alone, dude. Leave my beaver alone, okay? That's all I'm saying. All right.
I have no idea what you're saying. Well done, Reaver. Well done, Ray. Well done, my friend. The two Rays. He does. He pops in every single day on my channel and so many others. Bless him. And oh my God, look at that. Hell yeah. Thanks, Ray. You deserve it, my friend. Well done. So, hey, see if we can you've already got one brand new subscriber. You could have many, many more. And of course, as always, we will put the details in the description after the show. Thank you so much, Ray. And finally, woohoo! Oh, yeah, we're over at David now. David, if I remember rightly, I'm supposed to be doing all of the actual links, and I completely forgot and I haven't got them, but that's fine. As long as we can hear you. We have that lovely picture of, how is Bear, by the way? I haven't seen him for a while.
Bear, where is he? Oh, he's laid over on the couch. He's doing well. He needs his summer cut as well. He's got his hair all in his face like this. He can't barely see a thing. Wow. Can't see a thing.
What breed is he?
He's a West Highland Terrier. He's meant to be super scraggly, although he's one of those favoured in the the dog grooming contests, and they're always they're really, really short furred across the body, and then they'll have like a mane on their face.
Oh, sorry, I'm just going to move this around a bit because I don't normally do this part. But if you bear with me 1 second, we'll have it all the way down there. We just drag it. It's very clever what you can do. When you know what you're doing. Nearly there. And then a bit of that. And there we are. Look at that. Perfect.
Oh, my God. I played that game, Meet Your Maker. Whew. Oh, my God.
What was it like?
I'm glad you've got something to say about it.
It was very difficult.
Because it's the one where you actually create the fortress, and then everyone else has to try and break in and get your loot, don't they?
And then they also get to create traps. And the first one, I got through the first trap, but the second one, I can't get through the second building, so I'm trying to get through that. But awesome graphics. It's pretty. Nice. It's tough though. It is tough.
It's a brand new game. Just came to Xbox as well, but not to Game Pass. You would have to purchase on Xbox. But this is here saying it came at the very beginning of the month. All games that we're about to talk on this PlayStation blog all came at the very beginning of the month, and Meet Your Maker is one of them. As you say, all the levels are designed by people. They're not pre-designed. They're all by actual players. Yeah. So God knows what you walk into. I don't know if it exactly follows an exact set of missions, or I think it just preloads different ones that the people have created. But yeah, it's a novel premise, and it looks really fun. By the sounds of it, it is, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Oh, he's fallen asleep. No, he loved it.
No, hello. I'm well awake. Somebody just put something in the stream. I'm also the I'm also the. You know what? I'm going to show it then. All right. I'm also the mod in the chat, so I'm just going to show this.
He is, bless him. Meet Your Maker is punishing, and I tell you what, Rudigs loves a challenging game. So if he says it's punishing, I couldn't play it.
Sorry, Rokk.
No, sorry,
Rokk.
Go on.
No, I shouldn't have cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I have nothing more to say.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, can I just shout out, Rudigs has just finished Elden Ring again over on his channel. He's just done a few streams recently.
He's a god.
Beat the boss. Yeah,
he's a gaming god.
He did cheese it a little. He got gifted like maybe 300 levels, not like it matters or anything.
Wow.
No, it's just a little thing.
So he says the game asks you to retrieve an item, and the item is through a path of traps. And the traps are one-hit kill. Ooh. So, yeah, I mean, that's totally unforgiving, isn't it? And is it like a roguelike in the sense that then you go all the way back to the beginning, or do you just go back to a previous room or a previous trap? It does sound a cracking idea, but it doesn't sound my kind of a thing.
It sounds very novel. It sounds very novel.
Yes.
And I like a new thing to try out. So if it ever comes to Game Pass, because I'm not on PlayStation, I will definitely be trying it over on Game Pass.
Yeah. No, for sure. So these are all games that are coming to PlayStation Plus this month, aren't they? For the month of April.
Yep. All three of them. They are actually there now. The other one that I think, I'm not sure about that Tales of Iron. That one looks really cool, which is at the bottom of the page. But that Sackboy was a big game on PlayStation 5 for release, I believe. And everyone has been anticipating it coming to PlayStation Plus. So this arrival is big for a bunch of PlayStation players. I mean, it's part of one of their old franchises, that Little Big Planet, which was always an adored series. Mm-hmm.
My daughters bought this one at launch. When I got my PS5, they wanted this one because they're big old Sackboy fans. Yeah. Big Little World it was originally, wasn't it?
That was it. Little Big Planet or Big
Little Big Planet. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they really enjoyed the game. They loved it. They played it co-op. Couch co-op, so they went through, kind of worked together to get through all the various levels. It's much more of a level player than the previous, because the previous Little Big Planets you could create your own worlds, and it was almost a game designer thing, whereas this was much more just pure game, and they loved it. And it's great that it's come to Game Pass.
PlayStation.
Not Game Pass. Whoops, little faux pas there.
And I don't know if any of you guys have seen anything about that last one just underneath Sackboy there.
I saw a video when they launched the PlayStation Plus games for the month, and the narrator said it's actually one of those games that in many ways the graphics don't
matter.
They don't give you as good an impression of how great the game is. You have to kind of play it in order to really get a feel for it. But I have to say, I think the graphics are pretty cool. I had a look at them yesterday. I didn't play the game, but I was having a look at them on a browser, and it looks like a really good little hand-drawn RPG. That's the thing of it. Very kind of almost Mouse. Do you remember Mouse? I mentioned Mouse before. The World War II satire that uses mice as Nazi. No, cats are the Nazis, mice are the Jews.
Wow.
That sounds. I know it sounds heavy, but it's a brilliant cartoon. But yeah, it's an RPG, and what is not to love about an RPG? I say
exactly. And as you say, those graphics look adorable. I mean, I think if anything, it makes it a bit more personal. You don't need that high detail, bloody DLSS 4K path trace on everything. It just, there's some games that it's excessive.
The only problem I have with it, well, I don't have a problem. My wife has a problem with it, David, is we had a little friend in the garden recently who looked very much like that chap with his sword.
Is it me, or does it look like he's getting ready to stab Sackboy in the neck? Does that thing look like
you're
Sackboy?
right. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It looks like Sackboy.
Yeah, you're right. He's fallen in, and then the rat's taken out. Anyway, we had a rat at the end of the garden. He was coming in under the fence from next door, and we got like a hedge and a tree with a bird table hanging down. And this guy, I was fascinated. I was loving watching him. He would disappear. He'd come back. He'd run up the tree, same path every time, across the branches like a squirrel, onto the bird table, fill his mouth full of nuts and food and goodies, back down the tree, under the hole. 2 seconds later, he was back, and he was doing it all day long.
My goodness.
He's got a family to feed.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
you didn't
not
see the
anymore, because the
family.
wife blocked the hole up with a huge
Not
boulder.
There you go. That'll do it.
Get no free lunch anymore from our house, I can tell you. Brilliant stuff. These look cool.
They do.
Right, so that's the PlayStation. Where do you want me to go next? Xbox?
Next one down, whatever's there.
Righto, my friend. Let's
Oh my God! Can we clip that, please?
There we go.
All right, so no fancy pictures with this one, although I think you could put a trailer on that's just underneath the list. But these are the Xbox games coming for the month. If you just want to have a quick scroll down, Rokk.
I don't know what you got.
You were in the right place when you loaded up the
Oh,
page.
sorry,
just those
mate.
buttons.
Sorry.
Just,
There we go.
what games are coming in this month? Here we go.
Here we are.
I think. Are we
Yeah.
there? Right,
Yeah.
we're there. Okay. We have already gotten Loop Hero, Goat Simulator, and Iron Brigade, but we are expecting this week Ghostwire Tokyo. Now, I am not much of an anime fan, but this one looks like a really big game. I know a lot of people played this when it came out, so that one's going to be a really fun one for Game Pass. NHL, I believe this is actually day and date, if I'm not wrong.
Wow.
No.
Is it not?
No. It's already been out. You get to play it during the NHL playoffs.
This is the hockey.
That's what it
league,
was for.
Yeah, so it's been out, but it's
lined
getting ready
up
to
for
be
playoffs. Yeah.
exactly.
So NHL 23 has came out at the same time the playoffs are starting, so that would be a great time to get round to it for any hockey fans. And then Minecraft Legends, which there's a little trailer here if you want to give that one a play, Rokk. And that one looks really fun. They announced this at the Xbox Showcase last year, and it's I believe it's kind of like an RPG, but set in a Minecraft-like world. And I got
It's
bored.
very
of
dark.
video.
I wish
Very
they turned the
drab.
light. Talk about ray tracing at night. Look at that. Here it comes.
It's Minecraft: The Apocalypse.
Yeah, I was done with Minecraft when I was 14 or 15-year-old, but this one I would love to jump into it with a few of you guys. It looks really, really fun.
It does look fun. They've got a Minecraft movie in production right now, you know?
Do they? A Minecraft movie? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Well, if it was anything like the Lego movie, which is, they are phenomenal. The Lego movies are hilarious. Do you know what's interesting is 2 of these games were, I think, in last month on PlayStation Plus.
Oh wow!
So I think Minecraft Legends, or certainly a Minecraft, and Ghostwire Tokyo both came out last month on PlayStation Plus. However, I believe I'm right in saying Ghostwire Tokyo has additional content on Game Pass. I did give it a go. I had to give up on it because even though I'd actually downloaded and installed it on my PlayStation, it felt a bit laggy, almost like a dodgy cloud. You know, the
Really?
controller. You know when you play and you've got a bit of latency in the cloud and you move the character to the left and it kind of carries on moving for a fraction of a second? Mm-hmm. It was like that. And I'm really looking forward to trying it on Xbox to see whether there was some issue with the PlayStation or whether that's just how the game works.
Sounds really frustrating. I hope it is some issue with PlayStation. They have it separate for Xbox, but
well, a lot of people seem to rave about it. It's an interesting game. Mm-hmm. It's one of those games. In typical Japanese, they don't spell everything out, and you kind of left scratching your head. What the heck is going on here? Mm-hmm. And you have to piece it together, which is good. I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
But interesting. A very odd game.
And just if you want to have a quick scroll down, Rokk, just to go over the couple of games that will be leaving Game Pass in 3 days. All of these 3 or 4 days. 15th, so that's 4 days away. You've got 4 days to play Life is Strange, True Colors, Moonglow Bay, Panzer Corps, Rainbow Six Extraction. That's a big loss, yeah.
Wow. Oh my God, are they serious?
Yep, that's taking away Rainbow Six Extraction. Yeah. Wow. But to be fair, Extraction was always an offcut of Rainbow Six Siege, which is still available on Game Pass. So Siege is still available. Life is Strange is another really, really big one. True Colors.
I never got around to playing it in time on there. I was hoping to play that.
I'm about 100. I'm decided I'm gonna try and beat it over the next 3 or 4 days. I downloaded it last night, so I'm. That's all I'm going to be doing for the next 72 hours. I reckon.
It's such a great game as well. I think you'll love it. I think you'll love it.
I didn't play it on Stadia, but they gave us them on Stadia, didn't they? And all I ever heard was goodness about it. All I ever heard were people saying it was an amazing game. So
yeah, great game.
And then Dungeons of Nowlbeck, The Long Dark, and The Riftbreaker are all leaving as well. So
Long Dark is a good mystery game.
Long Dark looks really cool as well. That one it's a kind of survival game, if I'm not wrong, isn't it, Ray? I checked it out when I first got my Xbox.
In the snow, you wake up, you're in the cold snow, and you gotta go across the ice and everything. It's a really good game.
But yes, check them all out while they're still available.
Do it. Get in there quick. And before True Colors video starts, we'll move across to GeForce Now blog. So we had, 8 games, I think? Was it?
Seven games came last week. No big titles, but a lot of little fun ones. Road 96, Miles Zero. That one actually left Game Pass a few months ago, so definitely worth picking it up on Steam and checking it out.
Is that actually Road 96 is 2. A different game.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a sequel to Road 96.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay. Well, Road 96's sequel is
interestingly the graphics look completely upgraded as well for Mile Zero.
Really?
They were quite cartoony with Road 96, and they look quite 3D-ish on Mile Zero.
So I might have to check that one. I nearly played the first one while it was on Game Pass, but it's now gone. I don't have it available anymore. But they do look like a couple of fun games. Let's check this out on Steam here.
There you go. See the difference in the graphics here.
Wow. And what type of game is it then, fellas?
It's a prequel, actually. Sorry, guys. Prequel, not sequel. But it's a new game.
It's the choices. You have to make choices.
So it's very story based, and it's got replayability, would you say, with different options for the ending and all that type of stuff. That looks really fun.
359 reviews, mixed. But I would say if you enjoyed Road 96 and you've got into the characters, then this is going to give you the backstory because it's a prequel. So definitely worth having a look. And of course, it's actually not that badly priced. It's £11 in the UK, so let's call it $14 amongst friends, somewhere around there.
I might have to check that one out, Rokk. That one looks really fun, actually. But what else was there on GFN?
Killed the screen.
Oh,
didn't mean to do that. Let me bring it back.
Small handful of things to look at on GFN, and then I think that's basically everything, isn't it, Rokk? There's not a lot of new releases out at the moment.
Yeah.
Guys, make sure you check your mailboxes because I just got something from Ubisoft. And so check your mailboxes.
Ooh.
You might get invited to play a little something.
Oh, right.
13th to the 23rd.
If that wasn't a tease, I don't know
Does it have an X at the front, Ray?
You mean like an X like this?
Yeah, like an X like that.
Oh,
as in X Defiant.
No comment.
Oh.
I don't have.
He already signed the NDA.
Yeah, I didn't because I didn't play it before, so I can say.
I'll have to go check in my inbox.
I did have though, and I won't say anything because that wouldn't be fair. I did have a really interesting chat yesterday with somebody from Ubisoft. I asked a lot of questions, kind of questions that you would ask, guys, if you were talking to somebody from Ubisoft. I got some very interesting answers. But let's just say that I left feeling a lot more positive than before. So I think there's some good stuff coming up. So we'll look out for that. And Ray's excited. He got an invite. We didn't, though.
Yeah. We all checked our DMs.
There, and to answer Callie, no, I wasn't a big fan, Callie. So, but I'm always for a second tryout or third tryout to try it out, because that's why we keep playing these games, and you give your feedback. So hopefully they do what they're supposed to do, so you can check it out.
Yeah, that's why they have these iterations, isn't it?
Right.
I tried it on its previous testing, and I really enjoyed it. Actually, really enjoyed it. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Geek to Seek's just about to leave. I don't know if you spotted it, but there was also, I think it was, I've lost the screen now, whether it was GeForce or whether it was, I think it was the Xbox Game Pass. They had Coffee Thingy Bob, which is, I know it's a game that Geek really liked, but the new version, let me just pull it back up again.
Yep.
There we go. Coffee Talk, episode 2. So Geek Distinct very kindly bought me Coffee Talk 1 some months ago, bless him.
Oh.
And Nobody's a big fan. So there you go. Coffee Talk episode 2, Geek, is coming to Xbox Game Pass on April the 20th. I'm going to put my neck out and say it's probably a day and date, because I've not seen it around, so it may well be a launch on Game Pass for that one.
I've not actually heard of this Coffee Talk game. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it's you're basically you're in a coffee. You are
In a coffee.
No, you're in a coffee. You're a barista, right? You're a barista. And you're basically having to make coffees. It doesn't sound very interesting, but it really is. It's kind of a Japanese retro RPG looking game. You pretty much always in a coffee shop. And you're making coffee. You have to remember the recipes for various coffees and things, and then all your customers have got stuff going on in their lives, so they unfolds all of their stories and what have you. Mm-hmm. It actually has a big following. Geek loved it.
I just looked it up. It is definitely it is day and date coming out to Game Pass. It is April 20th, so look out for that one.
That was a good guess.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And then all we've got left is the Epic free games, which
we already highlighted earlier. The big one, which is Dying Light Enhanced Edition, is currently available on Epic. And if you've already played the second one, it's a great game. The first one was also a phenomenal game, and this one comes with all the DLC and is also available on GFN. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ray.
I streamed it last night, folks.
There we go.
Running for my life.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, believe it or not, the zombies in this, or whatever you want to call them, the infected in this game, are a little well thought out than the second game. Actually, like the streets are more dangerous. Yeah, the streets are more dangerous in this game. They really are. At night. I'll say that, at night.
I loved this game. I played it first time around, and I really enjoyed Dying Light 2, but I felt this game had more to it as a more rounded game.
Really?
Yeah, so that's a great freebie. What about Shapes? Have any of you guys claimed Shapes and played that one?
Yes,
I claimed it.
But I have not played it.
Okay.
Out of the 4, I checked Shapes is the only one which is not available on GFN. So claim it now, but it's only a small, daft-looking game anyway. It looks like it would handle on most systems, I believe.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It's interesting looking. It's it's one of those games, I think, David, that looks awful as a screenshot, but is huge fun to play. Mm-hmm. Do you know, we used to say this a lot about games on Stadia. They used to show screenshots, think, that looks poor.
These indie-looking games.
Spitlings and what have you. Yeah. And then when you actually went in to play them, they were great fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's probably what's going on there as well.
Those are both available to claim now, and in 2 days, Mordhau and Second Extinction will both be able to claim. Mordhau looks very much like a chivalry type. Medieval, swinging your swords around, big combat. Don't pull that face, SPG. I saw that.
Hey, I didn't do it.
Bjorn, this is a Bjorn game. He loves.
Oh yes, I love things like this as well. Yeah. Swinging that sword.
I'm looking forward to playing this.
Graphically, looks really good, Ray, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, this will be claimable in 2 days and is on GFN, so get that claim when it comes out.
This was the original Crips vs. Bloods back in colonial time.
I did okay. I want to see somebody get off a horse and sea walk. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I tell you what is interesting though, when you go and look at most of the games that are coming up for Epic, they are already for sale. This one says coming soon, so could this be one of the first ever day and dates as an Epic giveaway?
Good shout, Oregon.
I actually don't know. Is it a day and date? Oh, wow. I would love it to be. It looks brand spanking, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It looks high quality. Here we go. Look, 13th of April. Initial release 29th of April 2019.
Yes,
And
it's been out.
and see, back then, like Dying Light came out in 2015. I played that game on my Xbox. You now can play this game on different hardwares and in the clouds, and it looks even better with the graphic upgrade. So go back and play some of these old games. Yeah.
Good shout, my friend. Good shout.
And that second extinction as well, that will be coming in a couple of days, and that looks like an absolutely great little multiplayer session.
Durgan says we might already have it, and I think we did. I think they did give it away, and I do have it. Check your library.
I've definitely played the early access version, and I think it came out on Game Pass, didn't it?
This is the early access version as well, I believe. Yes, it is.
This isn't that Xbox game they were.
That's what I'm saying, William. Yeah. I think I played it on Xbox as an early access, and so it's probably coming out as a PC early access now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the exact same game.
I mean, it's been kicking around for a while. 13th of October 2020.
Yeah, those dinosaurs are tough.
It looks fun though. It looks
very tough.
Looks like some bullet sponges.
Yeah, indeed. But I don't know when. I suppose it could be early access. I mean, when you look at Baldur's Gate, that's been kicking around for a while.
There's some early accesses too last ages.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Grounded was in early access for 2 years as well.
Was it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was, because you're right. You're right, David, because I played it for a while. I paid for it, I think, early access. Mm-hmm. I loved it until I got locked in by a spider.
Luna was also in it early.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true.
Dorgan just said, I played it on GFN for that review you all love. If you all remember the controversial GFN review that he did a month or two back, it's worth a watch if you're getting interested.
I'm looking forward to Dorgan's first ever positive review. It's going to come. There will be one day.
It's not going to be a cloud platform, Rokk.
I played this and it was amazing.
Uh-huh.
That's the one I'm looking forward to.
Everybody has their own different, ways.
We're only pulling his leg. I've got massive time for Dorgan. He's a lovely guy. Yes. Christian's in and gone. Thank you very much, Christian. I hope you're well. Unfortunately, she's saying that she was getting a spotty internet where she is. Well, I hope that they sort that out. Nobody wants a spotty internet. You can get cream for it, but that's probably not going to be in time for the show.
I was spotty yesterday.
Were you, brother?
Battlefield, yeah. I had something was going on with my GeForce, and I got actually one of the reps from the GeForce Now got in my DMs, told me to, might want to not play it.
Am I right in saying, Ray, I know it's not your side of the planet, but there were floods in Miami recently?
Yeah.
Because my brother's down there at the moment on a big boat.
There is all kinds of stuff going on because of the wind and rains and certain storms and stuff.
Yeah.
No, we had a whole pier had broke off and crashed into a bridge.
What?
Yeah. Yep.
What, not Fisherman's Wharf?
No, not Fisherman's
Hey, Wharf's on Picard. He's doing all right.
There was some damage. There was some damage done.
Wow, talking of Picard,
that's crazy.
I know that I haven't. I'm actually quite a ways back on season 3. I think I'm only on episode 2 or 3. But I've only heard great things about the later episodes and the final. Has the final episode gone live yet? I know some Canada are putting it on IMAX.
There's 2 more. There's 2 episodes left.
Oh, there are, right? Okay, good. So how many in total? 8.
No, 10, I think.
10.
Yep,
and
we're on 8.
Catch up on.
And we're on 8 now. Yeah, they're really good. They'll remind you of like a continuation of TNG. It's really good. I wish they'd have done this season first before going off into the other directions they did. But
yeah, I hear you. I've not watched a huge amount. I've just been so many game things to do. I've been watching Mandalorian and enjoying that, particularly the last episode, which was a little comical. It was it Jack Black? Was that Jack Black? That I thought
Jack
it was.
Black and Lizzo
and the matey boy from Back to the Future, what's his name?
Christopher Lloyd.
I saw. Go ahead, Rob.
No, I saw a great tweet earlier. It said, Mandalorian, and it had Christopher Lloyd, and then underneath it said "Man in DeLorean," and he was in the car.
Nice.
That's I thought it was beautiful. Sorry, Ray.
No, I watched last night with my wife. We watched a knock on the cabin door where 4 people knock on your door, and they say you have to pick between your spouse or your child. Somebody's got to kill one or the other.
What? Only in America, folks.
To save the universe. That's right.
Save the universe. If you don't do it, it's the world.
What's this? A TV series or something?
No, it's a movie.
No, it was a movie.
Oh, I see.
It's called A Knock at the Cabin, is what it's called.
Yeah.
It's got Dave Bautista in it.
I saw the trailer. It looked amazing.
I told
Dave Bautista in it.
And then my wife was like, "What would you do?" I'm like, "You can't ask me something like that."
No,
he said, "Evan's gone." I know.
But
what he said.
we can always
what he said.
Honey, we can always adopt another child.
Who gives the best massages?
Or I mean, we can try to make another kid, which I think that's impossible. Or we can adopt. But hey, I'm just saying.
Wow.
Ray said, "I'm fully dedicated to try." Let's do this.
Geek, while you were gone, we mentioned you because there's the sequel, the next addition to Coffee. What was it called again?
Coffee Talk.
Coffee. What?
Coffee Talk.
Coffee Talk 2.
Coffee Talk. Coffee Talk 2. Coming up on Xbox Game Pass on the 20th day and date release. So if you've got Xbox Game Pass, Coffee Talk 2. How cool is that? Oh, you know I'm ready. I know, brother. I was saying how you very generously gave me a copy of Coffee Talk. Thank you so much, my friend. Chaps, that is it. There be no more. So, Ray, we know that you're going to go and see Mario this coming weekend. You're going to take Evan and Mrs. Ray. Going to go and see that. Check it out. Hot dogs. Do you do the whole hot dogs with sauce?
Let me. I did the last time I had a movie hot dog. I bit into it and it was like extremely cold and it was rubbery. Yeah. So no, honestly, small or medium bag of popcorn and an energy drink is that's my thing. And
what you got? Red Bull, Monster. What's your energy drink of choice?
They have they got the Monster. It's a black and green can, and
you don't go for the punch. I love the punch flavor Monster one. That fruit punch flavor.
They only got one flavor, and they only got one energy drink, one Gatorade flavor. I'm like, what is that?
I tell you what your cinemas need over there. You guys don't get Tango Ice Blasts at cinema, do you? You know what that is, don't you, Rocky? I can not go...
Wait a minute, did he just say tongue? Wait a minute, did he just say tongue blaster?
Yeah.
No, Tango, as in the dance.
Oh,
Tango is lovely. It's a fruity
Tango.
punch flavor. Oh, some pineapple.
A Tango Ice Blast is a brand of slush that is like a fizzy blue raspberry flavor, and it is the drink of the cinema in the UK. Every time you go, you get a Tango Ice Blast. They are gorgeous, and I get a Tango Ice Blast and a plate of nachos, and then I sneak in what other sweets I want.
Dave, I loved Yellowstone, my friend. I've watched it all the way through, every single season, and 1883 and 1923 as well. There's another season coming of Yellowstone soon. Plus, they've got a new spin-off, which I think is set in the 1930s. So yeah, be watching that, my friend. I'm with you 100%. Loved it. Although, got to say, it was a bit unrealistic, Yellowstone, but I adored it. Absolutely adored it. Phoenix is here as well. I'm so glad I didn't miss the show. Bless her. Poor old Miss Phoenix. She's had COVID, guys. She's in bed with COVID and getting over the Rona, as she calls it.
Get well soon.
Absolutely. Yes. Hope you're well. Season 3, I loved Yellowstone.
It's not quite gamer news as well, but there's also Marvel have just announced a bunch of new stuff when it comes to their shows, haven't they, fellas? There's Secret Invasion is due in a month.
And Star Wars as well. Some new Star Wars shows.
Although don't get William started on that one, because he'll go off on a tangent about the new Star Wars announcements. I'll tell you.
Are you not happy? Are you not happy about them?
He's got feelings.
No. I just think I think the only one that we're guaranteed to get is the Daisy Ridley one. That's
which is the weakest.
Which is the weakest one.
Yeah,
correct.
I agree. I'm no massive fan of Daisy. I've got to be honest with you.
I mean, you got to think about it. There was Marigold was supposed to do a movie. Kevin Feige was supposed to have a movie. None of these. Ryan Johnson was supposed to have 3 of them. None of those movies come out. So when they announced more, I don't think it matters too much.
Is it a lucky dip? You think it's a lucky dip? You think they're just going to throw them out and see what the public reaction is and make the one that gets the most?
Well, I just think that the sad part about the Star Wars franchise in my mind is that everything leads to the Disney trilogy. The 7, 8, and 9 they did, and people aren't very happy with those. Yeah. So if they're going to continue that with Rey Palpatine, Rey Skywalker, whatever you want to call her, I don't know. It's just
Rey 3473.
That's right. The gaming cyborg.
He should have his own show. We know this.
He blinked like somebody was using the Force.
I think Ray could rebuild the Jedi Order. Do you reckon he could do that, Ray?
He could. Imagine Ray in one of those little half cups like the little baby Yoda dude. Imagine it. Just
I wouldn't be able to get out. I wouldn't be able to get out.
I want to see Ray. I want to see Ray filmed as a retired Mace Windu.
I have no idea what a Mace Windu.
He just went and hid and ate like subs or something.
What's a Mace Windu? Is that someone who cleans you?
It's Samuel L. Jackson's character.
I could be Ahsoka.
The guy with the purple lightsaber.
Oh,
I could be Ahsoka or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you'd be up for the Ahsoka. No worries there.
Yeah, you need a Ahsoka, Ray, I'm sure.
William, my friend, what have you got lined up for the rest of the week?
Well, Friday for sure, we're going to be playing either Fall Guys or Among Us. Awesome. But Wednesday, I have an appointment, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream or not. But if I do, I'll be streaming some Metro Exodus. It's a fantastic game. I'll be giving some tips on that here eventually.
Such a great game.
Yeah, it is. It is. And, you know, I totally missed this the first time I played, but you can dismantle all the guns that you kill somebody, and you can dismantle it and take all the little additions to improve your weapons, which is really cool. It's really cool.
Oh, Bear's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the little fella. Look at him, look.
He woke up from a nap like, Dad, it's time to poop.
Dad, what have you going to put me on camera for? What the heck? Ray, we did cover the fact that you're doing the Mario. And, of course, you got loads of other stuff coming up as well. What can we look forward to?
Tonight on Ray3473 on Twitch TV, I will be streaming, I think this is part 4 of The Quarry on PlayStation Plus, which is amazing. It's
actually fairly scary, isn't it? It's a proper horror movie thing.
Yes.
Yeah, well, good on you. And you guys got a Wreckfest coming up or anything in the near future?
Saturday doing Wreckfest.
Saturday Wreckfest.
And then we do CGTV. We do I think we're trying to find a streamer to do the gameplay stream. So, and my son's creeping on here. He's like, Dad, I need help.
Oh, so no, that's cool. We got to wrap up quickly. We're wrapping up. David, you never play anything, so thanks very much, my friend. David, you'll always find David in these guys in their streams.
I'm always around.
They are they're our community in and of themselves, and a great bunch of guys. Fellas, thank you so much. David, it's an absolute treat to have you back, my friend. I hope you're okay. Hope we haven't done your back or anything. Bless you. We will, of course. I mean, I'm doing stuff. We will be back next week for more of the same. I hope. My boys, my band will be here and be able to make it as well.
Should be here.
We all hope so. And in the meantime, you guys have a fantastic week.
Thank you, chat. Chat's been amazing.
Chat has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we will see you all very soon. Take care.
Ta-ta.